beautiful people. How are you doing today? Hi. Come on in. Come on in on this beautiful Monday, right? This is an amazing Monday. Fall is in the air. We are really about to see the big manifestation. This Manifestation Monday. But listen here, let me get right to it. For those that are not aware of who I am, hello, Mother. How are you doing? Hello, Trail. Blessings, beautiful. I just wanted to come on. First of all, you guys, for those that don't know who I am Nekia Foxx from the Transformation Place, right? I had to come on today and talk about commitment, right? Lately, I've been in a season's blessings, beautiful. Hello, Denise. Hello, Kamisha. I want to tell you about a thing called commitment. Let me just turn this camera around. Look at this waist. This is where I got my epiphany with, you guys see the hair on the floor. We have just taken out the braids. We're getting ready for this pageant. We are truly ready for our next season of life. But I want to turn this camera around and talk to you for a second about commitment. Lately, I've been having some real serious thoughts that have been coming to my head, because every single season of our lives, we must do an analysis of what is working, what is not working, and what is hindering us from where we need to be. And one of the things that I am dedicated to, because my new year starts every October 1st. So for me, my new year started last week. And one thing that, because then you get a head start on the next year, you're not trying to catch up. You know, it's all about being proactive. Life is about being intentional. But let me tell you, commitment to yourself is one of the biggest factors that hinder us in the long term. Ask yourself, how committed have you been to your own self? I want you to take that in. How committed have I been to my own self? Forget anybody else committing to me. How committed have I been to my own self, my own journey, my own self-love, my own self-awareness, my own self-development, my own personal journey? How committed have I been to my own personal This whole journey is for us. And if you lack commitment, this is me talking to me. Nekia, if you lack commitment to your own self, your spirit won't be able to trust your judgment when it's time to make power moves. Your spirit won't be able to trust your judgment when it's time to elevate. See, the lack of being committed to myself, I come to that epiphany, has hindered me in so many ways that in this season, I must first get committed on another level to my own self, outside of anybody else. See, sometimes we're expecting people, things, and opportunities to fill these gaps in our lives that only we can fill. No person, no opportunity, no money can do the things that only you can do for your soul, right? It's a season that God is saying, listen here, I'm about to take you guys to the next level. I'm expanding your territory. I am literally taking you to places that generationally they never dreamed of. But you must be committed to yourself, because truth and trust in self is what gives you that extra oomph when nobody else is applauding, or that internal level of, you're not double questioning yourself when your spirit say, oh no, that feels funny, or that looks funny, or this is not right. You know how we contradict ourselves, and you know how we go through life and we're like, oh, does not resonate with my truth. And what is your truth? We got to get clear on what's our truth. Because if you're not clear on your truth, and if you have not gone through being committed to yourself on a level so that your own spirit trusts your own judgment, you will literally self-sabotage so many opportunities moving forward, because you'll be questioning it. And you know what the Bible tells us about unwavering, when you're literally like this and that, you have to be sound. Just like it's sound judgment, Right, we need sound, we need stability within our own system that's working within ourselves. One thing I'm noticing from on this journey, because that's why my company is the Transformation Place. It's all about helping other people get to the other side of where they've been trying to go forever, because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be sitting in the corner at one of the biggest functions in your life and you literally are not owning it. I know what it feels like to walk in a room and the people are like, well, is she okay? I know what it feels like to be in your room day in and day out because you are severely depressed. I know what it feels like. That's right. I know what it feels like to have these titles and accolades and all this material stuff, but straight miserable. It's nothing like having money and having a bankrupt spirit. It's nothing like having all the things that the world is, killing themselves to get, and you over here got it and still miserable. It's nothing like when you get that degree and when you get that dream job and you sitting in the office and you got that salary and that money is steady rolling in your account and you are sitting at the door looking like it has to be more. What happens when every single thing they told you to do did not complete you? What happens? Like, let's get real, ladies. What happens when every single thing, the illusion that they told us that's an American dream, this is what you should be working for? What happens when you get all of that and you still not happy? See, I've experienced the other side of getting all of the stuff that so many are killing themselves to get right now, and finally figuring out that the biggest aspect that I forgot along the way was me. It was me. If I'm not committed to myself, right? If I'm not committed to myself, it doesn't matter how much money I get. It doesn't matter how many degrees I get. It doesn't matter how much is in the bank. It doesn't matter that who I know, because you get that 10-second introduction where who are you and who did you get introduced? And I am so-and-so from so-and-so. After that 10-second introduction, who are you? Are you fulfilled? Because we all have one life to live, right? And if we are not happy with our yays and our nays, our yeses and our nos in our lives, we are literally doing a disservice to this one journey that you get to get. Because you can't take the money with you. You can't take the nice things with you. You can't take any of that stuff with you. None of it can go with you. The only thing that goes with you in this journey called life is your truth. Did you really get to meet you for who you really are? Did you really experience this thing and get to live heaven on earth as the Bible declares us to live? And that means going deep, right? Outside of the accolades, listen, we got it all. But we're sending the wrong message to the next generation that they're looking at so many external aspects of life and they're missing it. When we can focus on who we are. What am I good at? What do I give off to this earth? What difference am I making? And in order to get to your truth on that level, you first must be committed to yourself. I had to come on today because we're in the best seasons of our lives. It don't matter if it's not feeling like it or looking like it. It's working on your behalf. But I want you to understand that if you do not take the time to maximize your opportunity to get to be at a place within yourself, that you are well, that you are healed, that you are healthy, and that you're committed to your own truth, so that you will never second question what's good for you. You won't stay in toxic situations too long. You know what self-love is? It's healthy boundaries and sticking to them. You know what self-love is? Self-love is when you can look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for no longer sitting here taking the crumbs of life and demanding that you eat at the head of the table. You know what self-love is? It's when you're walking into an atmosphere and it shifts when you come in, because you don't have to say nothing. See, that overcompensating spirit is done. We don't have to overcompensate anymore, trying to prove stuff to people that was never in alignment with who we are. They were never sent to help us. They were only here to take, because in our spirit, yeah, I'm drinking lots of water, Mr. Dave, but in our spirit, I'm drinking, let me show you what else I'm drinking. Listen, we got this TLC detox tea. We have this IA. So this is what changed my life and got this weight down. This NutriBurst that got me with this energy right now. And for those that are coffee drinkers, that's what's changed my life. But let me go ahead and get back to what I was talking about. Listen, because some people got to see it in order to believe it. But when you are a visionary individual, you have to believe in the unseen, the unknown, and that thing is scary. When you are the ones that's going to be able to disrupt this world, you have to stand in your truth. I was telling the ladies in the salon the other day, when I shaved my hair off bald, it was not about shaving my hair off bald and, so many different, it was about being vulnerable. It was about being vulnerable for me. The Lord told me, because see, when you are obedient to the Lord, he's going to tell you to do some things that makes no sense to nobody around you. But trust and believe, if you follow what he told you to do, it's going to get you to where you need to be. See, when I shaved my hair off bald, it was not about me going bald. It was about me learning how to be vulnerable. Because see, make it happen, people have an issue with control. Make it happen, people have an issue with learning how to let go and let people help and let people see that listen, being strong is not a choice. You have no choice but to be strong. And so many people be like, oh, I wish I was as strong as you. There was no choice. That was survival. But it gets to a point, if you are operating out of that masculine energy too long, sweetheart, you will literally have a demise to your feminine spirit. You will literally kill the very essence of being a woman that you are sent here on this earth to give, loving, nurturing, kindness, right? All of those beautiful things, because we're operating off of that. Ooh, let me get it. Let the men be men. Listen, that's their energetic realm. We can utilize it when we need, but let that not be your main force. And I had to learn how to be vulnerable, not just for right now, but for this that next season, which I'm currently in my life. So now I can have on no makeup. My hair can be done, or it don't have to be done. But this spirit right here, sweetie, they would never forget me if they meet me. I worked on really learning how to own who I am. If I got on this, or if I have this, if I got $2 or $2 million, I'm going to choose to enjoy my day. So then when I grew my hair out natural, and I'm getting sister locks. Yeah, this girl is getting sister locks next year. The end of this year, actually, but we're getting sister locks, and I'm so excited about this next journey, right, of sister locks, because that journey is for commitment. That represents commitment for me. Committed. Because sometimes you don't even understand. You keep meeting uncommitted people because you lack the essence of commitment. You keep meeting people that's confused because you are not being strong in your truth. You keep meeting people that are always flaking out because you keep flaking out on yourself. These are things that I'm walking myself throughout my journey. Why am I experiencing what I am experiencing? Is not just this is happening to me. Why is it happening to me? And what do I need to get out of this? Because if you know you're such an amazing person, then you have to stand on that, and you have to acknowledge that let me work on my internal aspect. Because listen, there is no lack in this world. Money is every single where. And if you know what you house, if you know your gifts, you know how to package them. And when you know what you're worth, you will never accept less. And when you tell them, listen here, I bring the table, and I'm not expecting you to choose me, I'm already chosen. It's a whole nother vibration. And no, it's not being arrogant or it's called being assured in yourself. Because you're going to need it on this journey. Because it's nothing like being a person that's hiding behind success. But when you really need to show your truth, you are over there hiding. It's nothing like when you got all this stuff and you over there still hiding behind the stuff. And when it comes to you, literally, if you was walking in the street and you had on the same clothes as everybody else, walking on that same, everybody walking now, what's going to set you apart from everybody else? That's the unseen element that most choose. Thank you, Kamisha, for sharing this video on now. That's the same aspect that's going to set you aside when you're in the boardroom, when they're saying, we got to work with her. When it's time to sign these $1 million contracts and they're like, we don't know what it is, but it's something about her that I like what she stands for, and her values match our core values, and we're going to definitely partner up with her. Because see, this girl that is going into this next phase, because this is my $1 million year, so the girl that's going into that phase needed to be assured of who she was. She needed to know her masculine and her feminine energy. She needed to be committed to herself on another level, because without commitment and discipline, those same elements that we ran from so long, you can only become your best self if you are committed. If you do the things in which most people are running from. Oh, I just want to do whatever I want to do. Life is not like that. We all must learn how to be committed at a level in which it makes a difference. I've learned just in the last couple months, being committed to eating right, sleeping good, taking care of my body, eliminating toxic people, draining people, being able to only resonate with what was my worth. That has changed my life. And then guess what? The waistline went down automatically. All the stuff that was holding me back emotionally is gone. All the things that were hindering and resonating, and that those hidden roadblocks, I challenge you for the next 30 days to get committed to you outside of who you are. Even if you are a mother, even if you are a wife, you are still a woman that was birthed before you became any of those titles, birthed with a purpose that has something totally separate to be able to give to this world outside of those titles. You know, I've seen so many women leave this earth never getting to fully experience who they are and what they were supposed to really do outside of the giving. Who are you? What are your gifts? What did God say only you can do that nobody else can do like you do? What did God say that your name is connected to? Have you taken the time to be committed to yourself on that level? See, I remember being in a season of my life where I was invited to this event, right? I was invited to this event, and this was about 8 years ago, and everything in my life was falling apart. And I remember bowing to myself. I was sitting in the corner with another young lady, and we were both literally, we had our extra, cushion to the pushing going on. But I seen everybody else enjoying themselves, and I was miserable. I was in the corner sitting to this young lady, and I said, what in the world? Let me step back and look at this. I am at an event that a couple people have what I need in here, and I am sitting here looking at the people enjoying themselves, and I am not confident enough in myself, because sometimes we can fool ourselves thinking that we are outgoing and everything is about your network. See, they didn't focus on that in the African American school system. It's who you know, and it's not about liking and loving everybody. It's about knowing how to get along and get literally the exchange that they have to offer to your life. So many, well, I don't do them and I don't do them, but do they have what you need? Do they have what you need? Do they have what you need? See, it's going to be some people that you don't do But you have to learn how to get along and get the mission accomplished. Remember, missions is not about being comfortable and being connected to everybody that you like and everybody that you get along with and everybody that think like you. You're going to have some people that think nothing like you, that have something that you need, and you must learn how to get along with multiple different personalities. See, we got to stop getting out of that old thinking, well, this is who I am, and you're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. Because when it's time to make some real money, those that chose not, and that's why people be like, well, when you take a note of this, when you've always seen me, I don't deal with people that have an issue with being responsible with their image. Because see, I always knew I was going to places that I can't work on it after the fact. You have to become who you are to be beforehand. Because the people that are looking to do business with you, the people that are looking to partner with you, are looking at your total image, your brand, your package, your words, your value system before they encounter you. They're looking at your Facebook page, your Instagram page. They're looking at your associations. They're looking at everything to figure out if you're going to be a liability to their company and their brand. See, so many wait to after the fact, I need to take this down. No, honey, that means that you still need to be working. No, don't take nothing down. You need to focus on your truth. What's your truth? That's why when I go to events, listen, if you're not responsible with your brand, I know where I'm going. I don't know about you, but there will be no cameras with me. And everyone knows, listen, when I'm off the clock because I'm responsible. My business pages, my businesses that go from beauty to building to construction to corporate, they are not just in one alignment, but I have to be conscious of that in advance. That's why people ask, well, why do you read all these books and I don't watch TV, I read books. I order books because listen here, you have to add value to the conversation. You just can't be somebody sucking up all the information and you can't add value to the conversation. They're going to deem you not worthy of being in that particular environment if you have not put in the work for yourself. What work have you put in on your own personal development journey? We got to start getting committed to the journey, to our destinies on another level. You can't be halfway doing it. You know, it's gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of hand to the point that, listen, when I started looking at, listen here, Nekia, if you don't get serious, you know what's holding you back? You. I had to talk to me. You know what's holding you back? You. Your lack of commitment, your lack of discipline. Yeah, all the people around you talking about you doing good, but that's compared to people that's doing nothing. You have to ask yourself, and that's not being harsh, but if the people that's doing nothing is the only people applauding you, you might need to check yourself. If the people that's doing the bare minimum, repeating their days for 365 days, only getting a check and paying bills every single month, repeating the same thing and content with that, congratulations. I'm not saying that is nothing wrong with you. And I'm saying that's nothing wrong with your choice to repeat the same thing for the next 50 years. But from my understanding, the Bible said that we're supposed to leave for our children's children. That means outside of you and your bills every month. So he gave a mandate. Just like he said, be fruitful and multiply. If he gave a mandate for me to leave for my children's children, that means that he's given me the capacity to have wealth on a level to leave for my children's children. You get what I'm saying? It's not just that we are literally taking in what we want to take in, but not really looking at the bottom line. What is lacking in my life that I am responsible for, that I can do, that I am not doing? Because 2020 is the year of clear executed vision. And that's the year that you don't need to be playing. Because people that are vibrating at a higher frequency are not going to be at access range. Because we're no longer putting in the work and getting around people that's just sucking us dry. That's no longer happening. Because the 2020 for me, which started in October of this year, is about commitment. I am literally being committed to myself on a level that will allow me to be able to make impact in this world to women that have been hiding behind stress, depression, weight, literally disorders, illnesses, literally self-rejection, self-turmoil, a lot of stuff that you're causing yourself. I was there. And I'm ready to be the person to help them come out of the very thing that's been holding them back from living their life that they dreamed of. I want to be able to be the roadmap to show them, listen here, honey, forget all that stuff. Let's get down to the root of you. If I strip you down from what your name is, what does your spirit say about you? Is it still broken? And you continuously breaking it by allowing yourself to be connected to people that never valued you? Are you still using your childhood traumas as an excuse to stay broken? Are you still blaming the people that did it to you for you lacking to put in the work to heal yourself? Because I guarantee you, if you put in the work to heal yourself, it's some treasures lied within that process that God has for your journey on this earth. You will not have experienced it unless it was for you, whatever that might be. Let's get real and start getting really fully committed to our journey, everyone. I'm telling you, my life changed and is changing when I started getting committed to myself on a level, dealing with my truth on a level that only I could give myself. You know, I will be married soon and I will be having kids soon. But the thing that I wanted to work on first was being a mother that could pour out of a cup that was not empty. The thing that I wanted to work on was being able to be a vessel of feminine power on this earth that will be able to enhance the lives of other young girls that don't have role models around them. The thing that I wanted to work on is to be able to help those that are really in need. I needed to work on that before the husband and the kids. I needed to set a platform and a foundation for my family and be able to set a system for my wealth that took a lot of sacrifice so that it can be generated, because it's all about passive income. Have you created your foundation for passive income? I have friends that are literally inspiring me, and I am so honored to be connected to them. When you can go to sleep at night and you have thousands of dollars coming in your account, and there is no click in the click that you got to check in to check out, but they sacrifice to create systems and to create wealth in their life that they literally, are now able to live a life that money will never be an issue ever for them again. That's the life I want to live, so that I can help the next generation understand that the abundance and the money and the things and the experiences requires money. But you know where all that is? It's not on the outside. It's in the inside of you. Everything you are searching for is searching for you in the inside of you. And so many times we trying to offer that to somebody else that you need that. The very thing you're trying to offer to somebody else, that's your spirit saying, I need you. You over here handing this over here to a person that can't even value it when I need you. I need you. I had to notice what was my continuous cycle, the need to be needed. I no longer need to be needed. So a lot of people are very upset because I no longer am offering myself to anybody just for any kind of validation. Is no longer needed. And that's where a lot of women that are dealing with a lot of continuous hurt need to understand. You are falsifying your security in other people and other things. You need you. Get committed to yourself. Get committed to your journey. And if they call you selfish, I'm sure you've sacrificed yourself over the years. And if they haven't seen that as an expression of your love, oh well. If they haven't seen by now that you're a nice person or a good person, oh well. Because it's too many people leaving this earth miserable. And we have to stop that. The wealthiest place on earth is the graveyard, with people that never got to experience their full potential. You want to maximize this life, and you want to maximize the experiences. If I'm too busy worrying about rent and bills because bills come every 2 days now. If I'm too busy worrying about money every 5 minutes, how can I enjoy my life? So what season do I need to sacrifice to be able to place myself in position to be able to make passive income and wealth? And that's going to require investing in yourself. That's going to require sacrificing. That's going to require receiving education on another level for some. That's going to require you eliminating a lot of people that are not adding value to your life. It's going to require a very uncomfortable conversation with yourself, and it's a very uncomfortable season, but I tell you, it's so worth it, because everything you're searching for is searching for you. Everything that you desire desires you, and it's so possible. We don't have to be questioning and guessing no more. That time is up. We don't have to be self-sacrificing of our truth anymore. That season is up. Get committed to yourself. See what the other side of that looks like, and I guarantee you it won't let you down. I guarantee you if you get committed to yourself on a level that you've never seen before, you won't even recognize yourself anymore. Your life won't even look the same anymore. Everything around you will be different. I just challenge you to get committed to yourself. It's okay if everyone won't know what's going on. It's okay, and you got to be okay with people not agreeing with every single thing you do. It's okay. This is the not concerned about nobody outside of this season, do you? Please. You have one life to live. You have one vessel to nurture. Do your part so that you can add impact every single corner you turn. Do your part so that you add value to every situation you are added to. Do your part so that you are looked at as an asset instead of a liability. Do your part so that you can gain access to the information that the next generation needs that nobody told us. Listen, it requires a level of cultivating for you to know how to access that next level that we weren't given the silver spoon. We weren't coached on your personality. We weren't coached on being diverse. We weren't coached on you need to have a network that equals your net worth. We got all kind of people in our phone that is just calling, taking every 5 minutes. We have people that you need to get to the point, not to say you need, but I would suggest you get to the point that you start surrounding yourself around individuals that if you make a phone call, they can make it happen. And the same with you. You know you are a make it happen person. So when you've been resourceful for many years, so when people call you, change happens. You want to start vibrating and meeting more of the same. Because the next generation, wealth is created by systems that a lot of us don't know about, but I guarantee you I will find out about it. Wealth is created by setting environments in place for multiplication to happen. But in order to do that, you must do your part to access a platform to be able to do so. That's why I've told everybody I've spent over $100,000 in coaches, conferences, programs, trying to figure out how this thing works. How in the world is these people making this money? How in the world are they making the money to the point that they ain't worrying about no money? Listen, I want to talk to the multimillionaires, figure out listen, and when you talk to them, you can't be talking about, oh, well, I ain't got it. They're not dealing with you. Because you're not willing to invest in yourself. They're not willing to give access. See, that's what's wrong with us. We like giving access to information to people that don't even value what information they're getting. You know, and that's what messes up. That's why the hair environment is the way it is now. You just gave all the information to people that were unprofessional, unlicensed. Now everybody hair falling out. Now people are bald-headed. Now people are literally thinking that hair is supposed to be $25 because you gave so much access to information that to people that never valued it from the beginning, and now it's caused a deficit in the industry. So you have stylists that have been stylists for 20 years got to go back and find jobs because we have chosen to give access of professional information to individuals that never valued what they were getting. So they've totally messed up the industry. So now things that used to be $700 and $1,000 is now $29.99. The same thing applies to information of wealth. They're not going to give you that type of access if you are not the person that even know what it's worth, because they're not willing to jeopardize the total system. Because then you'll just go around telling it and messing it up and bringing it. You see, you have to know your worth, and you have to know the worth of what you're acquiring so that you don't mess it up for everybody else. See, this is not a season of trying to explain things to people. When they used to be at Wakil, it's not that I was acting funny, but I saw where the environment with the beauty industry was going. And I knew that I was dealing with a lot of women that did not know their worth. I didn't leave making close to 6 figures in corporate America to come doing hair with people that are accepting $25. It's called time divided by $1. What is your worth? You got individuals charging the same thing they charged back in 2000. What? If they were on their job, are they expecting to get paid the same thing? No, they expect raises and increases. Why in the beauty industry are you still getting paid the same thing when products and services have gone, everything is increased in value, cost of living, you have to still pay for insurance. I hope you have insurance. You have to still pay, you have no paid days off. Why is none of that incorporated? But I understood that I was dealing with a lot of individuals that did not understand business. And you have to know the same in your life. Are you around people that understand what's really going on so that you don't decrease your value? That's what you need to be figuring out. Because one thing my dad always told me, you can't be considering yourself a good girl and you hang around one night stands. You can't consider yourself, this is real talk. You can't consider yourself X, Y, and Z and you're hanging around the complete contradiction of who you say you are. The same thing goes with your life. We cannot say we are living an abundant life when my spirit says something totally different. The same thing applies in so many different areas. I can't say X, Y, and Z, I believe in this, but I am in internal turmoil because something is not truth. It's not aligning up. I'm saying one thing, but I'm feeling something different. That means something is not truth. Something is not the truth. If you're constantly confused and you're constantly mad at yourself, because that's the worst thing ever, is being mad at yourself because you knew from the get-go you were going to do the complete opposite of what you said you were not going to do because something in you is not aligning up. It's not being consistent. Figure out what your truth is so that it can be in alignment and you will not be having turmoil constantly and for days in and days out because you're going against what you say you believe. It's hurtful when you hurt your own self. It is painful when you keep on letting your own self down. You do more damage for your journey when you keep on placing yourself in situations that you just keep getting hurt time and time again. It is bad to your soul when you keep on putting yourself in environments that's just taken from you. Now you can't even trust yourself. Now you second questioning everything. Now you're making poor decisions over and over again. Life is about making each decision count. The better we get at it, the better our lives will be. The better decisions we make, the better our lives will be. That's just a simple equation, input and output. But a lot of that is internal. What in me is not, what have I learned? Because sometimes we've learned, let me tell you about that old saying, and I'm about to get off because I got to go walking. Let me tell you about that old saying when they had a family that was cooking a half a turkey in the oven. And for decades, for 20 straight years, because great-great-grandmother cooked a half a turkey in the oven. Until the one great-grandchild woke up and was like, why are we only cooking? We got to be cooking twice to cook the other half of the turkey. Why are we not just cooking the whole turkey? Nobody could understand why they was cooking half of the turkey. And you know what the reason was? Because somebody told them to. Why are we continuously living our lives not knowing why we're doing stuff wrong? A lot of stuff we are causing the next generation because we're just repeating stuff because somebody else told us, with it never even asking, why are we doing this? Why do you do what you do? You need to get clear with that. Why do I, soon as this happens, the first trigger in me is to do X, Y, and Z? Some of those are poor coping skills. It's not that, oh, well, I'm just making sure ain't nobody hurt me. No, those you chose to continue to react that way. You chose to continue to vibrate on that level that's continuously attracting those type of situations. It's a choice. But why are we doing things when we don't know why we're doing it? Figure out your truth so you don't keep on, and then figure out your truth so that you don't continue to tell the next generation wrong stuff because you failed to realize that you might need to ask, why am I doing what I'm doing? We got to get to the root of this. It should not be any more generations going in blind and being connected to people that don't know who they are. You knowing who you are is powerful for your family. You knowing why you believe what you believe is powerful to you and your journey and everybody connected. Knowing the why, because you meet so many people tell you what to do but not how to do it. And you know why they can't tell you how to do it? Because they telling you from what somebody else said. And they don't know the steps. They just telling you stuff. It sounds good, but they don't know the steps to it because they never did it. They just telling you what you should do. Well, why should I do that? Have you researched that? If you can't tell me why and the how-tos, I cannot sit here and listen. That's why I'm in a season where I've been single a very long time, because when I hold somebody accountable, listen, you just can't tell me anything. And you can't just be dropping the ball over here. And no, I will not accept that, because if I'm bringing my best self, I be dog. If you sit here and want to give me less than and just think I'm supposed to be grateful because you got 2 legs, no. That's not acceptable. That's not even offered on my menu. Because listen, when you are committed to yourself, when you've learned how to make yourself happy, because even getting married ain't gonna make you happy all the time, because you must give yourself the privilege of knowing how to make your own self happy, because that's not that person's responsibility. So that's why when I meet guys and they be like, well, I don't know what to give you, you got everything. No, you have a lot that you can offer to my life, but I don't require the things that I know that my happiness does not weigh on you, and if you do right. If you don't do right, you will be gone. It's so simple. What you do not have is the opportunity, or you don't have access to take away from my life. You either make it better or you will not be here. It's very simple. And the same should encounter with all of us. You know what's the most valuable thing on this earth is your time. When you're giving yourself your access to you, just handing it to people, anybody that say hello and want your number, no, Caesar, that is up. You've acquired too much within your own self to know what you add, to be trying to convince people of your worth for them to do right. No, they either are ready or they're not. It's so simple. Either you're ready or you're not. Just like Lauryn Hill say, either it is or it ain't. We got to stop sitting here waiting on to see evidence that the person that we already knew, they weren't ready. It was a whole bunch of talk and no actions. See, if you watch a person, you'll see and hear all you need to. You'll get all you need to see and hear by just watching them. Watch a person's action, not what they say. My dad used to teach me. He used to teach me a very valuable lesson. He said, "Wooden nickels don't spin," and I used to be like, "Wooden nickels don't spin." That is meaning that wooden nickels are not real. So many times you sell your soul and you sell your time and you sell your energy and your body for words that had no value, because the people, what they were saying to you was never real. If you can't cash in on it, do not be selling yourself to environments, people, places, or things that was never real from the get-go. They was just talking. Listen, I'm telling you from sheer experience, we have to stop allowing ourselves to be in environments that are not valid. When you've worked on yourself, this is the season of commitment. Be committed to yourself. So anything that goes against it from here on out will not have access. Because in the next season, you must be assured of who you are and whose you are and what you have to accomplish. Because God is allowing us to expand our territory like never before in this next hour. You don't have to worry about no money. The money is already in you if you get committed to yourself, if you get committed to your journey, if you get committed to your vessel, if you get committed to your health, if you get committed to your mental state of mind, if you get committed to your personal development, if you get, see, all of those, if you get committed to all of the things that will change your life, if you get committed to being okay with your isolation period, where it seems like it's just quiet and you don't hear the Lord, but he's saying, I need you to get through this, because it's going to be times that I'm not right there, that you can't hear it automatically. It's not going to always be a pouring out season where he's giving you direct direction. It's going to be a season that you must trust in what you know he told you long time ago, and you must stand on that and keep on moving forward, even when you might not have the money, even when it looks all fuzzy, you got to still move forward. Even when he told you that vision, you better order that stuff, because it's going to accommodate that you're going to need it. And if you did not believe in what he told you and get it in advance, it's just like the 10 women, when at the end it was only 5 that got to see the Lord because the other 5, they failed to get their oil. Are you getting your oil? This is get your oil season, because ain't nobody giving nobody none of their oil at the end of the day, because you need to do and put in your work so you can get your oil. Read the Bible and look on the 10, it wasn't the 10 wives, the 10 brides. Are you going to be one of the brides that get to see the Lord and the promises that he told you? That means you're going to have to get your lessons. You're going to have to get that love in your life, meaning your own heart space, because life is about love and being able to be loved and receive love. I don't care how hurt you are, your heart still can be healed. I don't care how rejected you feel, that them people kept looking over you. You can still have the life that your spirit knows you are to live if you get committed to yourself. So today is about commitment. And stop worrying about somebody being committed to you when you ain't even committed to yourself. Get committed to yourself. Get committed to your journey. Get committed to the promises that God told you about. Get committed to the word that they spoke over your life. Get committed to the promise that you know is to come to pass. Get committed to becoming your best self. Get committed on a level that you can't even recognize your own self anymore. Get committed, and I guarantee you all the other things you used to question and worry about when it was going to happen, next thing you know, you go look over to the right and it's all there. All the stuff that you worrying about, how this go happen and how this go happen, you get committed to yourself, and next thing you know, you go look to the right and everything is present right there. I hope this has been able to inspire somebody on this Manifestation Monday to literally shift into the season, because 2020 is the year that you don't start off being ready. You must already, it said, always be ready. Meaning start now being committed to yourself on a level that you have never seen before. Your health, your mind, your spirit, your energy. Get committed to vibrating higher today. The Lord has so much in store for you. Mark my words. He has so much in store for you. Watch what he's about to do on your behalf. He's about to blow your mind. And this commitment that you're doing, he's been waiting on you to do it a long time. This is how I talk to myself. Nekia, everything you've been waiting and wanting is wanting you. It's been waiting on you. Every single thing that you've been desiring has been desiring you this whole time. It was just ready for you to step in and step up and take that commitment on another level to your own self. Everything that I've been waiting on has been waiting on me, baby. Same thing. You tell yourself that everything that I desire desires me. We don't have to be in toxic relationships anymore, or committed and partnerships with toxic people and wrongdoing, people that lack integrity. We don't have to be connected to that anymore. The Lord has freed us from that. Don't you feel the freedom in the air right now? You are a new person right now. Don't you feel the energy and the momentum towards your goals like never before? Don't you feel it? If you are in alignment, you feel something is different right now in the air. If you are in divine alignment, you feel a level of zeal and you feel a level of oomph that you have not felt in years. If you are in alignment, you feel like something big is about to take place. He says, my people will know my name. And I don't care if you are in Texas, New Zealand, if you are in the body of Christ, if you are in divine alignment, you feel what's in the air. I suggest we all do our best to be our best and be in position for what is happening. It's not coming anymore. It's here. And you are not, your old self is gone. All that stuff is gone. It's gone. You have now free realm to become whomever you want to be. None of that stuff hinders you. You done seen it before. It no longer hinders you anymore. So let's start making this stuff count. Let's start getting our vessels together. Let's start taking care of ourselves. I said, listen here, I must be responsible for my body. Because in order to really maximize my journey, I must be in good health. And that's why, let me turn this around. That's why this whole TLC product has changed my life. This right here, honey. This CBD right here, this CBD detox tea right here has changed my life. I don't know if y'all see, my waist is gone. Look at this waist. It's gone. The waist is gone. This NutriBurst gives me all the energy I need. I just take 1 tablespoon of that. This Delgado coffee gives me that energy for my workout and it burns the fat. Listen, TLC has really helped me in so many ways. I'm not just talking about it. I live this thing and I'm seeing the results from it because I started getting committed to myself. I started getting committed to my own stuff on another level, meaning consistently eating right and taking the products. And I started getting committed to myself on a level which started producing results from the inside out. Listen, ladies, this is your season. Next year is your year. We've been waiting a long time, right? Prepare yourself internally and externally for everything that's going to take place. Fellas, this is your year. You've been waiting on this for a long time. Prepare yourself for all that God has in store for you. Listen, next year is the year 2020. That means 2020 vision. That means you will see things clearer than ever. That means that there are no obstacles in the way, no fuzziness, no confusion. It's 2020. Mark, listen. Come on now for all my people that understand on not just the surface, but on a spiritual deep level. 2020 is not just sounding like, it's not like every other year. Thank you, Adrienne. It's 2020, the year of crystal clear everything. No more hurdles, no more roadblocks, no more weights. Listen, that's the year. This is the year. It's going to all come to pass. Listen, he says he's going to rise up a generation that they didn't even know they were coming. They didn't even see it coming. He said he's going to raise up a generation. Are you one of those chosen ones that was putting in the work? Are you one of the ones that they left on the wayside and always kept, saying, that you too much work? Were you one of the ones that they had to let you down so that you could learn yourself on another level? Are you one of the ones that was pushed to the back every single time that they was like, oh no, I'm going to choose X, Y, Z? Were you one of the ones that were always like, me? Well, I'm good. Why they won't? Are you one of those? Because this is your hour. If you were one of those like me, that dealt with the rejection, that dealt with the that caused self-doubt throughout the years of my life, that I caused myself to cause pain on my own self for years. Are you one of the ones that was hurt for so many years This is your season, because guess what? We now thank them for everything that they did because it turned out for our good. Now we have literally fought our way to the top. We literally have been able to heal ourselves in a way that only those hurts could have gotten us to be able to heal on that level, baby. Listen, don't you feel chosen now? You was chosen for those situations because you needed to get what others will never have the opportunity of getting. And yeah, it had to happen to you so early, so you can literally grow up in that thing. So now when they try to listen, it don't even faze you. Because see, honey, I saw that years ago. Listen, I've been healed from that. I've been healed from that and that and that. Now don't you say, Lord, I thank you, because I would have never known what freedom feels like if I wouldn't have been captive in my own mind for years. I would have never known what real joy and peace feels like. Listen, I thank the Lord for peace, because listen, if it was not from that time when I had to lose it all, bankruptcy, foreclosures, shutting down my business, moving back after the mental war, they talking about I was crazy. I was never crazy. I needed to see some things that only that deep, dark season could have shown me. Because listen, now I'm not afraid of the dark anymore. Because I realized when I was in the dark that I was the light the whole time. The same applies to you. When you open your eyes and you deal with the things that most run from, you understand that you was the light the whole time. Yay! Woo, woo! Yeah, don't you say thank you, Jesus? You were the light the whole time. Guess what? We're not afraid of the dark anymore because we are the lights. Open your eyes, beautiful. Open them. You guys, I got to get ready to go, but happy Manifestation Monday. For those that are literally blessings, Miss Shirley, Miss Kittles, Shirley, blessings. Listen, don't faze me. It don't faze you anymore. Listen, that's it. Listen, you look at situations now and be like, okay. And they be looking like, oh, you're not reacting? Have a great day. Blessings. Listen, for those that are really in a season where you want to get this personal foundation of your weight together, trust me, you can go on my link, ISOT. This NutriBurst is amazing for those that like the TLC, the traditional tea. We have it here. And for those that are coffee drinkers, my favorite weight loss is the Delgado. That has gotten me down to getting ready for this, I don't know if y'all can see. Well, that's all my hair on the ground, honey. I take these braids out because we're getting ready for the pageant tomorrow. So all this natural hair, we're getting all this stuff ready. I'm like, ah. But listen, for those that are in a season that you need coaching, one-on-one coaching, you can go to my website, NekiaFoxx.com, and click the services link. You will see the bar says coaching. For those that need online courses for their business, you will click the link on NekiaFoxx.com under courses, and you will see about 4 different courses on how to start your business, how to grow your business, how to multiply the system so you can let your business work for you in your sleep, how to gain that business capital and credit so you can literally be able to expand your business without spending your own money all the time. Listen, you can buy buildings, start your schools, start literally those big old organizations and make those purchases. That's right, so you can multiply your money, right? For those that are looking for TLC products, all you got to do is hit the same link, www.NekiaFoxx.com, and hit the health and wellness link, and it will connect you right to my TLC website. What else is on there? For those that need your hair done, you click the same website and go and click set an appointment. Yes, I am pageant ready, honey. Look, this stomach is gone. I was so surprised the other day. I was like, oh, Lord, all that's gone. It's gone. Whoop, whoop. It's gone, honey. Thank you, Jesus. And you know what else is gone? The cravings are gone. Like, I don't crave a lot of the things that used to make me just feel really bad. But I'm getting ready to get on to this next season of my life. So this pageant has really allowed me, see, everything works for our good, has really allowed me to be committed to my personal journey on another level, because the next season of life that we're in, we have been waiting on this season for a very long time. Hello, LaShayla. We have been waiting for this season for a very long time. So allow God, so if it's any way that I can be able to be of service to you, to help serve in some type of capacity in your life, you can go to NekiaFoxx.com. I've been talking about, this transformation that I've been going through for years. I packaged it up in the Transformation Journal to help others. You can go and click the shop area on my website, NekiaFoxx.com, and you will see the Transformation Journal to be able to help you get clear insight on who you are, whose you are, what you're gifted in, how to execute your goals for the year, how to plan them out into quarters. Just literally, a lot of things are already prepared for you. And it's okay if it's not for you. Because remember, the people that we are assigned to already have what they need to be able to have a transfer with us. The people that we are assigned to, that's why we don't have to go out looking for anything, any customers or any clients. And I've been living on that for years. The people you are assigned to have been praying for you. The things that you were willing to put into place for those that are needing what you have, since you now are in a season that it's already done. They are in a season that they've been praying for the pathway to be able to be in alignment with that help that you can provide. Remember that. You don't have to look for clients. You don't have to look for customers. I remember being at a function and a lady asking me about my wigs, and I was telling her that the particular wig she was asking me about was $1,200, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, never mind." I said, "Oh no problem, sweetie." I said, "It's just like going to church. You go to church and they tell you, listen here, it's 5 people in the room need to give $500. Listen, if in your purse there is not $500, then he's not talking to you." The same thing applies to our lives. If the people that are supposed to do what they're supposed to do in your life do not, and then you meet people that they don't have what's required to be in your life, they're not supposed to be there. It's simple. It's so simple when we stop trying to make stuff what it ain't. Either they're for you or they're not. Either you're assigned people or they're not. Either they're people that's supposed to be in your life or they're not. It's so simple. We be messing, trying to make people, oh, well, let me work with them. No, those people just cause you. Every person you work with that didn't have it when you told them what the value was, they caused you so many headaches, didn't they? Didn't they cause you so many frustrations? One thing I've learned, that the person that asks 50 million questions, normally they don't buy anything. The person that call your phone and ask you, well, what hair do I need and where do I need to go? They call for all those instructions and don't make not one appointment. That's the same way with life. You got so many people, they'll ask you, well, what's in the tea and what's in the NutriBurst and what's the products, but you'll sit over there and eat that Popeyes without asking what's in there. You'll eat them chitlins and you'll eat this cake and you didn't ask what ingredients was in. None of the stuff that's bad for you. When we got to realize that. None of the stuff that's bad for you, you asked about. None of the details to that. But all the stuff that's good for you, you want to be breaking it all the way down. That's one thing I learned. People will question what's good for them, but literally swallow down quick what's horrible for them. They'll get a man that's not supposed to have the number quicker than the guy that sat up there and waited to be introduced the right way to them. They'll sit up there and they'll spend $2,000 on a bag, then spend $2,000 in their personal development. They'll do that real quick. I'm telling you, this is how life goes, but that's why we're now in a season. I don't do any of that because I've seen that before. Literally, either I'm assigned to you, either I'm supposed to stand next to you, or I'm not. We're not doing all that no more. And I suggest you do the same. Either they're supposed to be there or they're not. Either they have what it takes or they don't. Either they put in the work or they haven't. It's so simple. It ain't no more build a man season, building and working with them. No, don't work with, no. If they're not committed on this level for their own self, do not keep on giving to places that cannot utilize what you have to offer. It's simple. That's why I tell individuals. I told a young lady the other day, Don't buy any of this if you're not going to use it. It ain't about the money. If you're not going to use it, don't put it back down. Put it back down. Listen, I don't need the money. If you're not going to utilize it, put it back down. Same thing with life. Stop asking for information that you ain't about to do none of the stuff that's required to do. Oh, I want to do this. And no, you don't. Because if you really wanted to do that, you would be up and ready to make it happen. And at whatever cost. Listen, I had an opportunity come by me 2 weeks ago. And it was for about close to $2,000. And they was like, I can do X, Y, and Z for me. Listen here, sign me up. The lady didn't even have to sell me on it. She didn't have to sell me on it. Sign me up. To have your assistant send over the link right now. Put me on the list because I've been waiting on what you got to offer me because I know where this is going to take me in my life. It was close to $2,000. Sign me up, right? She didn't even have to get through the first sentence. You don't have to sell people that need what you have. You don't have to convince people that been waiting on what you offer and know the value of what you provide in their lives. You ain't got to do all that. Stop doing that, trying to prove yourself to people that can't afford what you got anyways. Stop doing that. Listen, she didn't even have to get through the first sentence. Sign me up. And it was $2,000. Back in the days, I would have been, no, I know what I need, what she has. Sign me up. I've been praying about this right here. You don't even have to finish, ma'am. Call somebody else and go through the whole speech. I've been following you for a very long time. I know the results you give. I know the access of what I'm going to get from this. Sign me up. It's the same way. When that's why people are like, I've been having my clients doing hair for over 8 to 10 years. I don't have to convince them about pricing. They know my value. They can go to any other salon, but when you go and sit in this chair, your life will be changed. And it's more than just a hairdo. So it never has ever been an issue with price because you can go to Tutu, Fufu, all these people that charge $25. But when you come to me, it's going to be a difference. And you know the difference is I add value. Not just a hairdo, but value. So when you start adding value to the lives of everybody you encounter, you no longer negotiate anything. This is what it costs. Either they have it or they don't. And maybe it's a season that when they get that, they're going to come back to you. Because I have people, they'll go to other people throughout the year. But when they get their real money, they know who phone to call. They call me. Because they value the value that I bring to the table. The same thing applies to our lives. Either the people that are wanting to come in have what it takes to be connected to you, or they don't. It's simple. Blessings, Lee. Blessings, Clemmy. Blessings, Samaya. Blessings. But this is the season of being committed to yourself on a level like never before. This is the season of 2020 vision. This is the season where God is about to blow your mind. This is the season where you will see wealth on another level. Mark my words. Get committed to your health, your mental state, your network, and your relationships. Get committed to your personal development. Get committed to your peace of mind. Get committed to those things and watch your life change. God bless you guys. Bye. Everything